I wonder if this is what Maoist Rebel meant by, the hippie movement and all these new leftists with their pseudo-intellectualism not accomplishing anything of importance. I'm at the ACLU group in my state on Facebook, and the things they talk about are just so worthless. I mean, really? This is what you're concerning yourself with? I've been busting my ass trying to get this freedom from being banned thing off the ground, and it is extremely difficult, because I don't have the money or the manpower to really get this out there. But the ACLU, who has all this leverage and all this respect within every community, is talking about mundane crap. Like they seem to repeat 10 fucking times on the same page about how there's this drug discrimination practice where in order to collect welfare you have to be tested for drugs first. Well, no shit. I mean, obviously everyone should be provided for. If we didn't live in a capitalist society, we wouldn't have to worry about the need of welfare because no one would need it. Everyone would have everything they need because we would all share the wealth. We would share the means of production to, give everyone housing, to give everyone food, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. The point is that when you live in a capitalist society, who do you think they're going to give welfare to? Do you think they're going to give it to people that are going to be competent enough to work and to get off welfare soon, or do you think they're going to give it to people that are, shooting up heroin? Who do you think is more likely to get their act together and to, give back to the system? That's common sense. I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's realistic. I deserve welfare, but I'm not getting it. I'm not rich by any means. I've been unemployed for God knows how long. But because, because income is based off household, not individual. So, if you have 3 people living in a household and 2 of them are busting their ass, they act like that makes you the middle class. But all that might mean is they work 24 hours a day, And so the whole system is skewed. But they don't want to admit all that. They just want to act like this is discrimination against people that do drugs. It's so much more than that. Or like with this voting block thing, about how some states want to, go back on the amendment that barred them from discriminating against voters. Guess what? You can discriminate against voters anyway. If you have a felony, you can't vote. And you know how easy it is to get a felony? So they don't seem to care about that, but then they act like it's discrimination against colored people. No, it's not. I mean, it's discrimination, but it's discrimination against everybody. They're going to use it to their advantage to win the 2012 elections. They're going to use it to discriminate against people of certain income brackets, against people on welfare, against people on food stamps, people that committed a misdemeanor, people that voted a way they didn't like or attended a protest, or some shit like that. That's what they really want to do. They want to secure their voting block, which is vile and evil, but it is realistic vile and evil. It's not Captain Planet one-dimensional, I'm a racist evil. If it was that, even the most stupidest of people in this country would probably see it. That's why they don't do blunt evil like that, because they're not dumbasses like the rest of you. So that's what gets me about the ACLU, is I don't really see them defending civil liberties. I see them, making these little pet projects to defend certain people that, they get kind of screwed over, but it's not important in the bigger picture. It's a symptom. It's not the ailment. And apparently they're not getting that. Or maybe they do get that, and they're the straw man opponent. They're the proxy. They're there to act like that our civil liberties are being defended and we're represented by a large group, and we're not. It's just an illusion to keep people distracted and docile. We're complacent in this, make-believe entity that's supposed to represent us in court and defend our civil rights. So, since religion does not play a big part in today's modern society, the ACLU is the opiate of the masses. It's the mass distraction. Maybe I'm just being cynical here, but time after time, it's just nothing they talk about really seems to garner that socialist, communist, anarchist outrage I expect. And, I try to bring to their attention freedom from getting banned and how important it would be to actually defending civil liberties when you could, when your bank account can be closed and you be barred from your own money. That is violence. That is an attack against you. And that could affect anybody, anytime. That's what freedom from being banned is about. And they don't want to, they just ignore it, they don't ban me or anything. I think that would be awfully hypocritical. I wouldn't put it past them. But, it would be awfully bad on their part to ban me and censor me for wanting to bring up these issues. But they just ignore me. Because I don't honestly believe the ACLU cares about you or me or anybody else. That's all I have to say.